Okay, welcome to my channel. Y'all my little soul chat, so please forgive me for putting on lip gloss while on camera. But how is everyone doing? Kind of late my time. Um, but definitely I'm here to give you guys some content. This is my first video, so just bear with me as far as like me looking at the camera. I might like trip over my words or whatever it is, but just bear with me because this is like my first video and I'm just gonna get used. If you see me looking to the side, it's because I have my laptop right here and I have like notes, so it's just kind of, and also my drinks right here. I have like a little setup, so if you see me like kind of looking, just know that I'm still here. I see you, but I need to stay on point because I will ramble and go on and on and on. And for sure, I definitely don't want to do that. So, I'm still like working on a name and our title for my podcast, for my page. So hopefully as we get through today's kind of like episode or champ, whatever you want to call it, maybe we can come up with a name together for my viewers, my watchers, my listeners, whatever you name it. Or maybe I just might have to just like wing it. I have like incense blowing that I haven't had like burnt incense in a long time. I don't know if you guys like for my 90s babies or whatever it is, you guys know about the incense in the house. Like the incense and the potpourri was what all of our parents had. Like what's a Glade plug-in? Like literally, it was incense. So just kind of trying to create a little vibe for myself, and hopefully you guys can catch my wave and we can vibe out together going forward. So, first, let me just start by introducing myself. Um, and as we get towards the end of today's episode, you'll get to know a little bit more about me because I know, like, I can't describe. If somebody like were to ask you to, like, I hate when someone asks you describe yourself, like, unless you're literally telling me describe yourself in 3 words or 5 words or whatever it is damn near impossible for me to just sit and describe myself. Like, I can go on and on and on. Like, sorry. I don't know. But it's just hard. So I just want to introduce myself. My name is Dominique. I'm a mom. I'm 33. I'm a Sagittarius. But I'm just like trying out this YouTube, this media world, and trying to see if I can like make it work for me. And that's why I'm just doing this. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I can keep your attention. Hopefully I'm not boring you, because I'm not boring. I swear I'm fun. And like, this is just like a break the ice moment because I have to get used to being on camera. I have to get used to you guys. Y'all have to get used to me. So this is just like me just breaking the ice, okay? So today I want to do, I know you guys, like, if you have like an Instagram, I don't know if you guys heard of the NGL app, which is, I guess it stands for like not gonna lie or not going to lie or not gonna lie. And what happens is with this app, it allows you to like post these questions and stuff on your Instagram story. And then like your followers can ask you anonymous questions. You don't know who it is. And you just like you post it on your story, and then you post your response. But nobody knows who it's coming from. You don't even know who it's coming from unless you're like paying for the subscription, and like who the fuck is gonna do that? Like nobody, not me. So that's just, so what I decided was today, because some of those questions were to me great questions. I never posted all of the questions that I received on there because some were a little raunchy, but I'm here for it. Wink wink. Some were a little raunchy, but some were like really good questions, and I think there will be good questions that will allow me to kind of open up and open myself to you guys, because these are hopefully my followers would be some of my viewers. Hopefully, at the end of this, you like, comment, and subscribe. So I decided I just want to answer some of y'all's questions, because this is technically, these are questions you asked. It wasn't things that I thought of myself. These are questions like you asked. So we're going to do that, okay? I'm going to do about like 8 to 10 questions. I don't know, give or take, depending on how long like this, because I'm watching my time. So depending on like how long this is, I'll do like 8 or 10 questions, okay? So let's get to it. Okay. I'm so thirsty. So y'all, I need to really get serious. Before I even start this, let me say this. I really need to get serious about being healthy and weight loss, and eating in moderation, having better eating habits. I'm more of a emotional eater, and that's not good. So the goal is to stay happy, but other than that, I'm like an emotional eater, and that's not good. So y'all, I'm trying, please hold me accountable. Please, if you see me and I'm drinking something I don't need, tell me don't. If I'm out in public and I got a soda in my hand, just knock it out my hand, okay? Because I need to get serious. I really need to get serious. And hopefully you guys can come on like this journey with me of getting serious about my health, okay? I hope, because y'all, I need to get serious. Like, I need to get serious, okay? Like, serious. Alright, so let's get right into it. Let's jump right into these questions. So the first one that kind of stood out to me was a question that asks, was I judgmental? Because it's called NGL, I'm not going to lie, okay? I'll be completely honest in my answers, all right? And hopefully I don't offend anyone, but at this point, this is me. It is what it is. So, am I judgmental? To a certain extent. I would say yes, but to a certain extent. The only time I really judge others about something is if it's something that I know I'm passionate about. Like, prime example, being a mom. I understand there is no book on how to be a mom, how to raise kids. Like, we're all just like winging it. But there are some instances where I see what other women and how other females or other girls do, or other parents, and I do become judgmental, because that's something I'm passionate about and that's something I care about. So to a certain extent I am, but overall no. And I say no because one thing, especially at this age, I'm learning more and more to be not forgiving to the point where it's unhealthy and I'm not creating boundaries, but I learned to be forgiving in the sense of knowing that we're all human, we all make mistakes, and I have to just be able to be more open, but also give others grace, because it could have easily been me. I have probably done something in the past similar to what I'm experiencing with another interaction with another human being. Whatever it is, I'm learning more and more to give human beings more grace, because we all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. Like, y'all know how it is. We all do things wrong, and we fall short, in regards to being good. So I have to give people grace. Now, like I said, I'm not going to do it to the point where it's detrimental to me or my kids or my family, but for the most part, and I'm better at that. I do give grace. So the next question was, how old do you want to be when you get married? It's crazy because I always knew I wanted to be married, okay? From having grandparents that were married, my parents, being married, aunts, uncles, I knew that I always wanted to be married, but I never honestly fully put a time frame on it, but I knew how I wanted it to be. As far as I remember being a kid saying I want to have a husband, but also I want to have a set of twins. I had their names, Bianca and Beyonce. Like, these were my kids' names. This is what I was going to do. I knew that that's something I always wanted, which was to be married. But as far as the age, um, if you were to ask me that now, I would say, you know, sooner rather than later. But ultimately, it has to be at the right time with the right person at whatever age that is. You know, whether it's a year, 2, 3, 4, or 5 years from now, or whether it's like 10, 20 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm I'm okay with being patient enough to making sure I find my soulmate, my right person, especially if we're talking about forever, 30 years down the line, 20 years down the line in a relationship, even longer. Most definitely, it will have to be at the right time with the right person. So I don't really have like a definite age on that, because just like with anything else, like they say, you want to make God laugh, tell him your plan. I've planned my life over and over and over again to go a certain way, and it seems like every time it just does what the fuck it wants to do. And a lot of things that are out of my control, so all I can do is just adjust and adapt. With that being said, marriage is one of those things I kind of adjust and adapt to. I know I want it, but we don't know when she's going to be married. Hopefully she's married soon, but we don't know when she's going to get married. Sooner rather than later. So this one was kind of hard because it was hard to pick one. And like I said, because I'm not going to lie, I'm be honest. So this next question says, what's your toxic traits? Well, it depends. Okay, it depends. I know there are things that I need to work on as far as being a better mom, being a better friend, a better daughter, worker, hustler, whatever it is. There are things that I do need to work on. But overall, I don't have a toxic trait. To me, when I think of something that's toxic, I think of something like a cancer. I think of something like a virus, like a chemical that if you inhale this thing, if you touch this thing, it's not good for you. Okay, it's just not good for you. And I don't feel that's not one of my attributes, is being toxic. I know there are things I need to work on, but I would never claim toxicity. Like, I just won't. Okay. So the next question is, what's your favorite drink? I don't know who asked this question, but I don't know why I overthought this response, because I'm like, do you mean like alcoholic beverage? Do you mean like soda? Do you mean like juice? What is it? So I just thought about something that I know that I think I can drink over and over every day. That would be Charlie's strawberry lemonade. It is so freaking good. So good. So good. I think that is something I would say is my favorite drink. And I say it's so good because it's so good just as is. And then it's so good, like if I were to have like some alcohol to put in it, I know that this shit will still be freaking good. Like, that's how good it is. So it's a drink that, is somewhat nutritious, tasty, good on the night out. Like, it's an all around drink. I'm fucking with this drink. Charlie's, your strawberry lemonade. And y'all need to put me on a commercial, because this is not no advertisement free, but it's good. I'm fucking with it. So I don't know if the Charlie's is near you, or if you do have a Charlie's, if it's in your local mall. I don't know. Their strawberry lemonade is so good. It has like the real strawberries in it. It's sweet. Syrup. It's good. Okay. So next question is, what's the worst advice that you've ever gotten? um Honestly, if I'm thinking, right, like off the top of my head, I wouldn't say it was advice, but I do believe that in every situation, that I go through, every conversation that I have with people, every interaction, I do believe that there's a lesson behind that, especially when you have your parents tell you things, right? And then it doesn't take for you to have a child to say, like, okay, I get why you said that. Or, you have adults when you were in your childhood telling you, giving you quote unquote advice on certain things. You didn't understand it then because you was like, this is bad advice. But then as you got older, you were like, you know what, I can see the lesson in that situation. Or I faced something similar, to that, so I know I won't handle it how you handle it. In a sense, it was bad advice, but I just know I won't handle it how you handle it. So I'm still learning a lesson in that situation. With that being said, the worst advice that I say I probably have gotten was when a woman says a man. Well, I heard an older woman say a man gonna be a man, like in a sense of all men cheat. Like a man's gonna be a man. And I took it as she was saying, like, accept whatever you go through with that person and just put up with it. And then, ultimately it should work itself out. To me, I would say that was the worst advice. I do believe that if you find somebody that's worth it, that you love, and they're showing you that they're all in, then you give that. I do believe in forgiving people for discretion, but not for patterns. So to me, I would say that's probably like the worst advice, I would say. Yeah, I would say. Okay, so the next question is, what's your favorite place to shop? Ironically, I get a thrill into going in stores that are like Goodwill, thrift stores actually. Plato's Closet, whatever it is. It's like you always, first of all, I feel like I'm doing my due. I'm doing good to the earth because I'm recycling clothes. If I buy something, if I wear something, if I style something, refurbish something, it's in a sense I'm recycling. So I do appreciate that aspect of it. But something about looking, it's like kind of like a treasure hunt or something where I get a thrill out of like going thrifting, even if I don't find anything, just to see. It's like in these clothing and in pieces of, in certain items you find it like Goodwill, these thrift stores, Salvation Army. It's like it's telling a story for some reason. You can tell when some things are antique, how valuable they were. It's just, I don't know. I like going to like thrift stores, but also I like, I guess, shopping online, if just online in general. I don't really have like a favorite store because I shop everywhere, so that was kind of hard to just kind of pick like one thing out of all the questions. That to me, that's probably like the hardest. And I love shopping, but it's hard to pick like one store. Like I just can't. Okay, what's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten? Um, hmm. My mind went so low, but I'm gonna stay right. I'm gonna stay right. I would say probably a lot of people haven't had gator tail. So I'll probably say like that. I don't really. I would probably say something like gator tail. Now, if you're talking about like combinations, like mixing two things together, then that's probably can be weird. Cause I live for a French fry and ice cream. I live for like just a lot of different combos. Like I just like that kind of stuff. Um, but I would probably say that's like probably like the weirdest. It says When's the last time you've cried and why? Um, when's the last time you cried and why? Not too long ago. Um, a lot of times when I kind of like go throughout my day, or I talk to people, or I hear something, or whatever it is, there are so many things that remind me of a particular loss of a family member. And I know I'm still grieving this, but if I think too hard about him, I still cry. And it's been over a year, but I still cry. So I would say that's like probably like the last time I cried. It's probably like a week or two ago. I miss him a lot. All right, so the next question, I'm gonna just do one more question or whatever, because this is probably like 9 questions. So I said I'll do anywhere between 8 or 10, and I'm on. This videos probably won't be too long once I'm done editing it. But I'm gonna just do one more question, okay? So the last question is, do you speak another language? No, but that is something I'm working on. I want to be fluent in Spanish by the end of the year if I can help it. Um, it's a little tedious, especially translating it, but my pronunciation is really good. So that makes me feel good, and just remembering certain things and making sure I'm, speaking correctly. The crazy part about it is, like, what I do at work is I tell my Latin or Hispanic coworkers to talk to me in Spanish. Like, do not talk to me in English. Say it in Spanish, and then I'll try to translate it. But it's just that, like I say, like remembering, and when they talk so fast, it's just it's just a lot. It's a lot, and it's crazy because they say English is harder to learn. No, I can't go for that. It has to be Spanish. So that would be the only thing I would say. But no, I'm not fluent, but I am working on that. I am actively working on that. So that would just kind of sum up the questions that I have. Before I kind of close this video out, I want to end things on a positive note. I hope that everyone's day today and tomorrow is, filled with nothing but happiness and peace. Even if it's just for a second. I hope that it's prosperous. And I just hope that everyone's safe. I just I just want everyone to be happy, and I hope you guys have a good day tomorrow. So it's just kind of how I'm gonna end this video. This was, once again, just bear with me, this was my first video, so I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but as I kind of get used to this, this content creating, the social media thing, you guys can kind of like grow in me and see my evolution on, me just getting better and accomplishing dreams and things that I set forth for myself. So I'm just excited you guys will be able to come on this journey with me. I do want to say y'all gotta like, comment, and subscribe, but also, like, we gotta think of names. Like, I need y'all to help me with a name. Like, we need a name. I was thinking about, like, when a Sag speaks, but I don't know. We gotta think of a name. Y'all. And fast, because, like, y'all my people. Y'all are like my new people. I don't really have a lot of friends. So y'all are my peeps. Like, y'all are my people. We gonna kick it. We gonna hang. We gonna laugh. We gonna joke. We gonna talk fashion, politics, the culture, whatever it is, you name it. We gonna do that. So y'all just have a good day.